200 people in that room, and each one wants me to be somebody else.
Let you be what?
Whatever it is they don't want me to be.
How does it feel? Like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone.
Well, before taking it on, I really didn't know much about the musical legacy. I didn't really know much about the 60s and the cultural impact of the 60s and the musical impact of the 60s, so I was pretty naive to all of this. But 6 years later, 5.5 years later, I am deep in the Church of Bob and massively a fan of all of his music and very respectful of his work and all of the music in and around Bob of the 60s, you know, and all the artists he influenced and the artists of the 50s that influenced him.
How you sing that?
Really?
Oh yeah. I want to hear it.
I walked and I crawled on 6
I've heard he hasn't seen any of the documentaries about him or any of the movies, so I wouldn't expect him to, but we certainly worked, you know, really hard on it. Everyone, whole cast and director, so we're definitely very proud of the work we put in.
I've been out in front of a dozen.
He's a real life figure who's alive and well. But we also had great license from Bob Dylan and his camp and the director that this was really an interpretation, you know. We weren't playing it for fact, you know, because all the existing footage is out there and people know the stories. And so this was definitely an interpretation, you know, where we all went as hard as possible and gave it our all.
They just want me singing Blowing in the Wind for the rest of my goddamn life.
Well, this is gonna piss some people off.
It was a joy. Well, I just had so much time to work on it that by the time we got going, it was honestly a lot of fun. And I had a certain, you know, confidence about doing it that I think made the whole process really enjoyable, start to finish.